to question time, and I'll call Senator Patterson.
Thank you, President. My question is to the Minister representing the Treasurer, Senator Gallagher. This morning, the ABS confirmed that inflation rose to 3.8% in the 12 months to October, an increase from 3.6% in September and higher than forecast. This follows confirmation from the RBA earlier this month that they expect headline inflation to rise to 3.7% and remain high across 2026. Minister, how much more evidence do you need before you admit that the government's policy settings are resulting in higher prices for Australians?
Thank you, Senator Patterson. Minister Gallagher.
Thank you, President. I thank Senator Patterson for the question. And I think if Senator Patterson is concerned at inflation which was flat in the month of October, he would have been absolutely mortified at inflation when they were last in government, which was, of course, headline inflation was 6.1% and climbing. I'm merely drawing comparison to the inflation rate that we inherited when we came to government, which was 6.1%. And climbing at that time. And of course we know it peaked at 8% or so in the December quarter of that year. And yes, inflation is higher than we would like, but it is much, much lower than we inherited. And that is a fact. Not only have we got inflation down, we've seen jobs grow, we've seen unemployment remain historically low, we have got wages moving again. We started to repair the budget and at the same time provided Australians with cost of living relief to assist them when inflation was higher than we would like. All measures, I would point out, that those opposite criticised at the time, many they voted against and indeed continue to criticise when they talk about expenditure of the budget. Because when they criticise the expenditure of the budget, the decisions we've taken, they are decisions around indexing the pension, making sure that single parenting payment goes up, looking at Commonwealth rent relief, making sure that we're able to provide energy bill relief when electricity prices have been high. All of that, that is what they refer to when they say Labor has spent too much money. What they're saying is Labor has spent too much on you, on your energy bills, on Medicare, on housing.
Thank you, Minister. The time for answering has expired. Senator Patterson, first supplementary.
Thank you, President. Today's ABS release also states electricity costs rose 37.1% in the 12 months to October. Does the minister acknowledge the Albanese government's policy of net zero has totally failed and Australian households and businesses continue to pay higher and higher energy bills?
Thank you, Senator Patterson. Minister Gallagher.
Senator Patterson has been in this place for a while now, so he will of course remember the fact that they had 23 energy policies and couldn't land one of them, that 24 out of 28 coal-fired power stations announced their closure when you were in government, and what was your response? Nothing. Head in the sand, nothing to see here. Let's do nothing. Let's do nothing about creating the energy grid, the energy system that Australians need. Let's fight over climate change internally, which, might I say, continues to this day. Where is Senator Bragg? Got everything he wanted, we hear. Got everything we wanted when they walked away from net zero.
Minister, please resume your seat. Senator Patterson.
President, on direct relevance, I'm not sure what Senator Bragg has to do with a 37.1% increase in electricity prices on your watch. You're in government. You're in government.
Senator Patterson, the minister is being relevant. There's been a lot of interjections, and as you know, the minister is entitled to take interjections, so I suggest that you try and get the left-hand side of the chamber to be quiet. Minister Gallagher.
Thank you. And on energy bills specifically, when we have recognised that there had been price increases, we sought to assist households with energy bill relief and small business with energy bill relief, and those opposite voted against
Thank you,
it.
Minister. Senator Patterson, second supplementary.
Thank you, President. Deloitte Access Economics partner Stephen Smith said the Reserve Bank finds itself in the trickiest spot, facing accelerating inflation and softening economic growth. Minister, your out-of-control spending is causing higher inflation, higher interest rates, and we have softening growth. Isn't it now clear that the government has failed to live up to its promise that life will be cheaper under Labor?
Thank you, Senator Patterson. Minister Gallagher.
Thank you. Well, the spending that you criticise, Senator Patterson, are things like investments in paid parental leave, energy bill relief, support for apprentices, support for households to transition and implement batteries, paid pracs for nursing, teaching, social work, midwifery, boosts to Medicare, more choice and support for Australian women when it comes to health care, $20,000 instant asset write-off, our housing programs, our aged care wage increases, our support for early childhood education and care. These are the things that those opposite criticise when they talk about spending. We have repaired the budget. We've delivered 2 surpluses. We've lowered the debt. We've lowered the interest on that debt. And all at the same time, as we fought against you every step of the way, we have introduced all of those measures to help the Australian people.
Thank you, Minister. Just before I come to you, Senator Dowling, I'll draw to the attention of honourable senators the presence in the gallery of the Australian Political Exchange